to have you here back in our morning briefing show presented by Admirals. My name is Markus, and I'm placed here in Bangkok for the moment. And I'm really happy that we can do this every morning, Monday to Friday, 8:30, right before the markets open. And let's see what we can do today. We have a lot of trades open in a real account, by the way. And yeah, let's see what we can do today, even a little bit in kind of day trading. So for the August stuff, we share this stream here from Zoom to YouTube at the same time. You find a button in the right corner. You can click on this button to subscribe the channel, to leave a comment below in the chat on Zoom and on YouTube at the same time. You can give us a like if you want, and you can get in touch with me directly. If I see your questions, I will give you an answer as soon as possible, and that's as long as it fits to the show. Okay, so who is with me this morning on YouTube? Okay, also election. Good morning, Bernd, Sven, Thomas, Anker. Lovely. Good morning. So let me share my screen with you. And of course, I want to start with the quote of the day. And the quote of the day, it's from an anonymous Mr. or woman, I don't know. Trading isn't ain't clipping coupons. No risk, no return. I love this quote of the day because if you are too weak, then trading is nothing for you, because it's not in clipping coupons you from the newspapers. Every trade is a kind of risk you have to manage, and if you want to be a cool trend follower, then you have really to be really strong enough. And if you're not willing to risk something a bit, then you cannot expect it to get any reward or any return from trading. So trading requires discipline, maximum of discipline, but it gives you so many things back, not just only money. It gives you knowledge, deep insight, much of experience. That is what we really get back from trading. But you have to be prepared for trading, because it isn't in clipping coupons. So let's see here who is with me on Zoom this morning. Magdalena, good morning. Sigurds, Janos, Igor, is Raquel. Good morning. Jens, Rainer, Petya, Tina, Imrene, Karel, Adrian. Good morning. Haresh, Hartmut, Mladen, William, Lisa, Plummen. I love it. So many of you, so many people and lovely people, extraordinary people around the world here with us by Admirals. Okay, so let's see about the news this morning. First, Cisco Systems third quarter revenue misses expectations. Then we had global stocks fall after US sell-off yesterday. We can have a look on the chart right now. Then Chinese energy stocks decline amid global recession fears. And of course, Australia's unemployment rate hits lowest level since 1974. You see, we have very interesting developments in the global markets for the moment. So what do we expect today? So please, from the time you can see here, always 5 hours back, because this is Bangkok time here. So labor force, US weekly sales report, it's 2:30. Existing home sales, it's 4 o'clock, and gas storage report is 4:30 today. So that's the numbers for today. If you want to be well informed, I can highly recommend to follow our Admirals channel here on Telegram. You will find the link right now in the chat on YouTube, and of course here on Zoom also. So you're always you're always well informed here. Maybe you are more a fan of Twitter, or same time on Twitter, then you will find the link. You will find Admirals Global on Twitter also, and my name is Daytrader70 in case you want to follow me there too. Okay, let's come to DAX 40. Oh, by the way, just be aware about the risk note. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money. rapidly due to leverage. So please be aware that you are responsible for your own trading. And here we go. That's the DAX for the moment. So where we are, you see the sharply drop yesterday, but we still within the red zone. And what's happened with the trend? It's lovely. And as I mentioned yesterday morning, where you should go in, because there was a long position with an entry, the entry in the long position on Monday was here in the second trend arm. So you could follow that. You could follow the trend with a stop loss at the last 0.3, and there you got money because you got out here at this point, and at the same time you opened a short position in the second trend arm for short, and look where the price, how much money you could make there, and you trailed your stop 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, and you got out this morning, and at the same here you got out, and now we are again in a second trend arm of a new uptrend. So if you see the recovery and the rebound and the turnaround here, then maybe you can make an entry and you buy here on the way up and then follow the trend. Yes, we came from money and stay for the insights. That's why we make trading. That's absolutely true. So that's DAX 10 minutes. So you can see that's not complicated. You don't have to be too close to the numbers, 14,600, 13,800. To be honest, who cares? Really, who cares? That's not my job to have a look at the numbers. My job is to see the trend. Where is my entry and how can I follow the trend? And this is how you can make money. It doesn't matter which time frame. You can do it in 1 minute, in daily chart, in weekly chart, wherever it is. So if you follow the trend and if you follow the rules, there is a simple strategy to make money in the markets, and you can see it every day with me here. Next week, I start with 10 minutes in DAX again when I'm at home, in my home office again. Okay, come to our focus charts, and the top instruments is Bitcoin, DAX, Dow, gold, and Euro USD. And we start with a view at the Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has a long-running downtrend right now and still down and still in a correction. There is no new uptrend for the moment, so still in a correction. So in case you went in here, it was beginning of May, then you are still in here. No, that's April. Oh my gosh, that was April, beginning of April. And yeah, you see, you're still in Bitcoin, in short, by the way. Dow Jones, that was the sharply drop yesterday. And here the same procedure, as you follow the trend and you are still in. So check the chart. We start here at the high point. That was the first trend arm. Here was the second one. There was the entry in the blue color when the changing of the color from white to blue. Then we could trail the stop here. And then we saw the next trend arm. And now we are back here on the lower side. So your stop loss should be placed here and you should be still in. So what happens next? I don't know. By the way, I don't care because I don't predict. We don't make predictions. We just ride the buckling, the bucking bronco. That is what we do. We don't predict, we don't make prediction, we just ride the bucking bronco. So, and that means we just follow the price on the right side of the chart. In case you are short, then still in. If you want to wait for a long, then you have to wait until you see a new trend on the right side of the chart, and there is nothing to do. So we are not the analysts here. Now that's a job for the analysts. They make money with analysis, but we are traders. And as a trader, you have to work with probabilities. Therefore, you have to work with the law of probability, which means you need rules. And if you violate the rules, you cannot expect to make money on a long run. On a short run, it's coincidentally, but on a long run, you need fixed rules. So next one is DAX 40 in 4-hourly chart. And unfortunately, there was it's not longer a long, still short, of course. It's a bit quite complicated. So that was the uptrend, 1 and 2 and 3. So, and here is the last point 3. Yeah, and actually we can see here kind of fake breakout. So they're trying to break the trend, but it's not happening yet. So that means for the moment, the trend is actually still valid. And if we can see this, maybe we can make a re-entry here in case you got out, because there are two options. First, we see a real breakout and a real breaking of the trend, or we see a turnaround and we see finally a trend continuation here. So you should be prepared on both sides. For the lower side, then is your stop loss. For the upper side, don't miss a possible re-entry here. Let's come to gold. Yeah, still short. And do you remember a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, no, a couple of weeks ago, I said the point of control is here at 1,800. You remember? And I mentioned it's quite kind of guarantee that we reach the point of control because we work with prices, and prices are either too expensive, too cheap, or normal. And you can see here again what happens. Price came back exactly to the point of control. So that does mean that you have to work with, to understand that you work with prices. Therefore, prices are moving up and down based on volume. And how it did happen, that's really simple. By a trend. Move, correction, move, correction. You see, it's a lovely, lovely trend. And we hit the point of control exactly. That's really, really cool. Yeah. Okay, so what you do with gold on the right side of the chart? Nothing, because if you are short, then you are still short. For long, there is no trend for the moment. And finally, we have Eur Usd as one of our top instruments from Admirals. And it's following the gold price. Basically, it's still short, but on the right side, we have the correction. By the way, the point of control is on the upper side. And here on the right side, we have a new uptrend. Move, correction, and here move, and in the correction. So now it's interesting if we see a correction deeper 38, which we should measure the last move from the point 3 up to the last point 2. And yeah, here we go. We have a close below 38%. That means we have all rules there. Rule number 1, we have a valid trend. Rule number 2, it's a young trend. Rule number 3, the correction is deeper 38. And rule number 4, we have a balanced candle or changing of the color, which means we set a pending order here on the way up right now with a stop buy order in case that the trend will continue to the upper side. Then we must be a part of it. If the price is going lower, then we don't have an open position, we have a loss. We don't have a loss, we have nothing. Yeah, so just set I set a pending order here in case, because it's all my rules are there. I don't have to predict what happens next. I don't talk about the euro. I don't talk about the US dollar or any fundamental things. I just work with probabilities and I just work with the trend. Okay, so earlier this week you said that you no longer take partial profits. Can you talk about it? Why? The why is partial profits is just for beginners. You know, if you came from a very horror story of your trading and then you want have a little bit more success. So if you learn with the Dow House strategy to work with trend following, then as a beginner, you are happy if you can make partial profits. But if you are a pro, if you are a pro and you know what you do, then you work with full position as long as the market is working for you. Or we pyramiding, so it makes no sense. On the other side, you make a pyramiding system, and on the other side, you make partial profits. That works not together. So that's just, it's a wonderful thing to make partial profits. But also you can work with a full position. But this is a mental thing. It's a mental thing that you have to be strong in that. So let's see. What's about British pound USD? Let's see, British pound USD. I have it here. British pound USD. Yeah, it's also a new trend. That's absolutely true. And the trend is here. Same like in euro, almost same like in euro. So that's the first trend arm. And that's the second one, which means also wonderful possibility entry order at above the two balance candles by stop and just waiting if we see a trend continuation. That's a great chance, a little bit bigger chance than Euro USD, because British pound USD, the point of control is much way far away. So that's a bigger chance to make a long running trend than in euro, for example. So well done, really good, really good. So everyone, so what do you say to copper? Okay, Jens, what time frame about copper? Give me just a hint. What time frame? Then I make your analysis about this. Before we do this, I have the question of the day. And the question of the day is, do you think there is a kind of holy grail in trading? What do you think? Is there a holy grail in trading? Yes, I think so, but I'm yet to find it. Yeah, no, there is not. And what's the meaning of the holy grail? 3 choices. Choose one. Okay, so then there is a question about copper. Let me find copper on what is it? Metals. Here we go. Copper. Yeah, here we go. Voila, in 4-hourly chart. So I guess the downtrend is broken, if I see that correctly. No, not really. Not really broken, but basically there is a new uptrend. Yes, there is a new uptrend. 1 and 2. Yes, if you trade copper in 4-hourly chart, perfect. Stop buy order here on the way up and speculating of a trend. Yeah, Jens, good job. Very good. Okay, so let's come to my running trades. And my running trades, let's see, it's on so US dollar Swiss franc, do you recommend enter short? Let's see, I have it on my list. Do you put the buy stop? How many pips above? Just above a little bit. Just be anchored. Just work with your eyes. So there is no pip. So just let a little bit space between the balance candle on the way up. Who cares? Yeah. If you think it through and you are a trend trader anchor, for example, you're a trend trader, and at the end maybe we can catch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trend arms. Do you think someone is really interesting? How many pips do you have space when you make an entry? Who cares? So just anywhere, yeah, on the way up. Okay, so my running trades here. In Australian dollar Swiss franc, I have 2 trades open. That's really interesting because I have 2 trends, both are in the second trend arm. So the green one opened here with a stop loss below the last 0.3. So, and I opened because we had no trend break in the red one. Here in the red one, there was no break. So therefore, I opened a position yesterday for the short. So and now I have 2 trades open, and let's see which one will continue. Yeah. So I don't care. Really, I don't care. Just one of those 2 trends must continue. One of them must. So let's see which one will be. I'm prepared for both sides. And the other one goes into the stop loss. So who cares? Then we have Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Here we go. We have 2 trades open. First, the short. It's a little bit, we are circling around the entry, but also the correction is running in a new uptrend. And for the new uptrend, I set a pending order on the way up in case the price will continue this corrective uptrend. Then I must be prepared for this. Yeah. And if the price is going lower, then I have a short position. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, still up. And as you know, there's the break. The uptrend definitely is broken with this candle here yesterday. So I trailed a hard stop finally to this low. And now let's see what we can do. So just 2 options. The price is going higher, then we are still in. And if it turn around, then I must be prepared for a possible short. Euro Australian dollar. It's still a long-running trend up to the upside, you know, and that's was my 3rd pyramiding position. Yeah, and all stops are below the last 0.3, all of them. But if the 3rd position is not running, I will close the 3rd one again. The other 2 positions are still running. Yeah, but I must expect that every single trade should continue immediately. If not, then I go out. So, but the correction here on the right side, you see, it's running in its own trend. And it's the 3rd trend arm. So I can see that the price is circling here, and I open a position to the short side in case that the downtrend will continue. I must be prepared for every single trend, because I can never know which trend will continue. Yeah. So, and the stop loss of this short position is for the moment at the last 0.3 here. Yeah. So if I see a white candle the next period, then I stop the short and the long is still running. Let's see which one will continue. This is Eur USD, and as you know, we are still in the long and also in a short. Let's see which one will continue. I don't know, because I make profit on both sides. Euro New Zealand dollar, the long is still running with 2 positions, and also the short. That was the 2nd trend arm, you know, and yesterday, 2 days ago, it was here last week. We opened here the short in the 2nd trend arm. Stop loss is above the last 0.3. And here at the really confirmed last 0.3, there is my purple line. That means this is my soft stop. And if the price is going higher, then I close the short and I make money with the long. British pound Swiss franc, that's a horror story for the moment, because we had a sharply drop yesterday with the short. So, but it's the 3rd trend arm. And as you know, I went in here. Where is my trade history? Yeah, here's my trade history. So I went here in the in the 2nd trend arm, and I saw actually a trend continuation. So therefore, I leave my stop loss at the last 0.3. Let's see what happens. I don't know yet. Just let it go. British pound Japanese yen. That's also really interesting, because we have the short, and the short was open here. stop loss above the last 0.3. We are a little bit in profit here. And on the right side of the chart, we see this uptrend. And for the possibility that the uptrend will continue, I set a pending order a bit higher than those two balance candles. Anchor, as you can see, I don't have a look at the pips, how many pips. I just set a pending order a little bit higher than the balance candles. Who cares? Yeah, just don't miss the trend. So I set a pending order here. So, and then let's see if the correction will going up, then I make money with the correction. And if my main trend is going on, then I make money with this. Then we have New Zealand Canadian dollar, long running downtrend, stop loss is above the last 0.3. And here on the right side, as you can see, there occurs for the moment a new uptrend. It's still a correction, but it's a trend. And it's in the second trend arm right now. There was a balance candle with the last period. Therefore, I set a pending order, stop buy order. In case that the trend will continue, then I'm in. And the stop loss is below the last 0.3. Let's see. US dollar, Japanese yen. Now I have two trades open here also. The long trend is still running, you know, over 1,000 pips already. But also the correction is running in its second trend arm. So therefore, I open a position in case that the downtrend will continue. Yeah, and actually circling around the entry, stop loss is above the last 0.3. If I can see that the price is not going down and the price is going higher, then I trail my hard stop closer and I cut the loss. In the second trend arm, in my entry trend arm, I cut the possible loss. Charles, good morning. So that's my running trades. So let's see. Okay, wonderful. So what's on my list for today? To be honest, nothing for the moment. Nothing for the moment. This is just, I had in my mind a short in Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, but the trend is broken. The downtrend is broken. Yeah, and now maybe we see here a new uptrend on the right side of the chart. So you should be prepared for this one. Move, correction, and move and correction. So we should be prepared for this possible uptrend here. Maybe we should set a pending order. Let's see if it's right. So yes, the uptrend is broken here also. Okay, now we can, yes, we can set a pending order here on the way up in case that the uptrend will continue here by stop, in case that we see a trend continuation of this one. Yeah, and in Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is, by the way, it's still a downtrend here. Yeah, of course, still in the correction or maybe a break. The main trend is down. I made, you see, two mistakes or two technical mistrades, technically correct mistrades. But in case that the trend will continue to the lower side, then I have a pending order stop sell here in case that we will see the trend continuation on the lower side. Okay, so no more questions here. There are also no more questions. So then let me explain just about the so-called Holy Grail, because the question is, do you think there is a kind of Holy Grail in trading? So 9% says, yes, I think so, but I haven't found it yet. No, there is not. 70%, congratulations. What's the meaning of Holy Grail? You know, there is a, in the history, there was a kind of Holy Grail, which our Lord Jesus was in the last meal, in the Last Supper. He drank from, I drank from this Holy Grail, from this glass. And this is the so-called Holy Grail. And in trading, if we talk about the Holy Grail, is a strategy which produces only profits. So the Holy Grail, which leads you to unlimited money in trading. Yeah, the Holy Grail of any indicator, which produces only profits. This is the meaning of a kind of Holy Grail. So the question, is there a Holy Grail in trading? And 70% yes, no, there is not. But I can tell you, yes, there is. But there is not the Holy Grail. There's just a Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail, you know, it's not found in the market. It's not found in the indicator. The Holy Grail is you. You are the Holy Grail in trading. Why is it? Because you have the success just only in your hands. You are literally the Holy Grail. Because if you stick to the rules under all circumstances, if you calculate or manage your money in trading, if you stay and remain in your comfort zone in trading, and if you follow the trends as long as the trend is running, and as long as you give the responsibility to the market how much money you will get, you will make money in trading. You don't need the Holy Grail in trading, in an indicator, because you are the Holy Grail. You are the Holy Grail. It's everything in your hands. Just do it. So be the Holy Grail. I wish you a lovely trading day, a wonderful day. We see each other tomorrow. And I hope you found your own Holy Grail deep in yourself. Have a nice day. Have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rules be with you.